Hello everyone, this is Dr. Anand Nandwani, Associate Professor in the Management Department at Management Education and Research Institute, MER, New Delhi. In the previous video, I had explained the various topics related to ethical marketing, like meaning of ethical marketing, core principles of ethical marketing, benefits of ethical marketing, importance of ethics in marketing in the current global business environment, and the role of ethics in building trust and brand, the difference between legal and ethical marketing practices, etc. Today, I am going to discuss about the other topics related to ethical marketing. First, take a look at the components of the ethical marketing framework. First is ethical product development should be there. Products should be safe, should be of high quality, and should be beneficial to the consumers. Should avoid harmful ingredients, deceptive packaging, or exaggerated claims. Second is ethical pricing strategies should be adopted. Pricing should be fair enough and should not exploit the consumers. And should avoid predatory pricing or hidden charges, etc. Third is ethical advertising and promotions should be done. Advertisements should be non-misleading and socially responsible. One should avoid false endorsements, deceptive claims, or manipulation tactics. Next is ethical distribution and sales practices should be adopted. One should ensure the fair treatment of suppliers, distributors, and retailers. Avoid unethical labor practices and environmental harm in supply chains. Next is ethical consumer engagement should be enhanced. One should engage consumers with transparency, honesty, and due respect. One should provide clear terms and conditions and handle the complaints fairly. Let's take a look at the challenges in ethical marketing. One is balancing profitability and ethics is one challenge. Companies may struggle to maintain the high ethical standards while remaining competitive. The possible solution could be to adopt the sustainable business models that align ethics with profitability. Second is consumer doubtfulness is another challenge for the companies. Some consumers may perceive ethical marketing as a mere promotional tactics. The solution may be to maintain the consistency in ethical practices to build the trust. Third could be the cultural differences. Ethical standards may vary across regions, making global ethical marketing complex. The possible solution may be to adopt marketing strategies to align with the local values while maintaining core ethical principles. Let's take a look at the developing an ethical marketing strategies. Ethical marketing is the practice of promoting products and services while adhering to moral values, honesty, transparency, and social responsibility. An ethical marketing strategy ensures that a company's marketing practices align with ethical principles, legal standards, and customer expectations. It helps businesses build trust, enhance brand reputation, and achieve long-term success. Developing an ethical marketing strategy involves incorporating ethical considerations into every aspect of marketing, from product development to pricing, promotion, and the distribution. Let's take a look at the steps to follow an ethical marketing strategy. Step 1. Define ethical marketing goals. One should align the marketing goals with the company's mission, vision, and core values. It should establish the specific objectives such as sustainability, consumer protection, and fair trade. Next step is conduct an ethical audit. One should assess the current marketing practices for ethical compliances, identify the areas of improvement, whether in the advertising, pricing, distribution, and consumer engagement. An example we can quote about Nestle India had to revise its marketing strategy after the Maggie-led controversy. And step third is develop ethical guidelines and policies. One should create a code of ethics for marketing teams to ensure responsible advertising and communication. One should train employees on ethical marketing practices and consumer rights. Step 4 is ensure ethical product development. We should use high quality materials, ensure product safety, and maintain fair labor practices. One should adopt the sustainable and cruelty free production methods. You can take the example now, many companies have started promoting handmade, organic, and fair trade textiles. Now, step 5 will be to implement fair pricing strategies. One should set the reasonable pricing that reflects the actual value of the product or services. One should avoid predatory pricing or misleading discount tactics, etc. Step 6. Create ethical advertising and promotional campaigns. One should avoid manipulative tactics, exaggerated claims, or misleading visuals. One should ensure that advertisements promote positive social messages. Next step is responsible distribution practices. One should work with ethical suppliers and retailers who follow fair trade practices. One should minimize environmental impact through green logistics and packaging. Step 8. One should respect the consumer data privacy. One should be transparent about data collection and usage policies. One should allow customers to opt out of unnecessary data tracking or marketing communications. Next step is engage in corporate social responsibility. One should support initiatives that benefit communities, education, healthcare, and the environment. One should align CSR efforts with the brand's mission and values. Step 10. Monitor and improve ethical marketing practices. One should regularly assess and refine marketing strategies to align with evolving ethical standards. One should address the consumer concerns and feedback promptly, creating an ethical code of conduct for marketing teams. An ethical code of conduct for marketing teams is a set of principles and guidelines that ensures fair, honest, and responsible marketing practices. It helps companies maintain integrity, build trust with consumers, comply with legal standards, and promote a positive brand image. A well-structured ethical code of conduct helps marketing teams navigate ethical dilemmas, avoid misleading advertisement, and prioritize consumer well-being. Let's take a look at the key components of an ethical code of conduct for marketing teams. One is honesty and transparency. All marketing communications should be truthful and non-deceptive. One should avoid misleading claims, exaggerated promises, or hidden terms and conditions. One should clearly disclose product limitations, pricing details, and terms of service. Second is consumer privacy and data protection. One should respect consumer privacy and handle personal data responsibly. One should comply with India's as well as the global privacy regulations. One should obtain consent before collecting or sharing customer data. Third is ethical advertising and communication. One should avoid false advertising, misleading visuals, and deceptive endorsements. One should ensure advertisements do not promote harmful stereotypes, offensive content, or discrimination. Be culturally sensitive and respect diverse communities. The fourth is fair pricing and competitive practices. Pricing should be fair, transparent, and should not exploit the consumers. One should avoid hidden charges and should engage in healthy competition without spreading false information about the competitors. Fifth is social responsibility and sustainability. Marketing should promote socially responsible messages and sustainable practices. One should use eco-friendly packaging, responsible sourcing, and ethical supply chains. One should avoid promoting harmful consumer behaviors such as excessive consumption or unhealthy lifestyles. Sixth is respect for consumer rights. provide accurate information about product uses, risks and benefits. One should ensure fair return, refund and exchange policies. One should respond to customer complaints promptly and ethically. Seventh is ethical use of influencers and endorsements. One should ensure influencers and brand ambassadors disclose paid partnerships. One should avoid hiring influencers who engage in unethical practices or misleading endorsements. One should ensure testimonials and user reviews are genuine and not fabricated. It is legal compliance and industry standards. One should follow the national and international advertising laws and standards. Ninth is diversity, equity and inclusion in marketing. One should avoid marketing strategies that stereotype or marginalize certain groups. One should ensure diversity in advertisements, representation and hiring within marketing teams. One should promote inclusive messaging that respects different cultures, religions and communities. 10th is responsible social media and digital marketing. One should avoid spreading fake news, clickbait or sensationalist content. Engage with consumers respectfully and address complaints professionally. Do not use unethical data mining techniques to manipulate user behavior. Now, let us take a look at the steps to develop an ethical code of conduct for marketing teams. One is define core ethical values and principles. One should identify the organization's core ethical values, for example, the honesty, the fairness, the consumer well-being, etc. You should align the marketing ethics code with the company's mission and vision. Step 2, set clear ethical guidelines for marketing activities. One should outline the specific do's and don'ts for the advertising, promotions, pricing and customer interactions. One should ensure guidelines are easy to understand and implement. Next step is train marketing teams on ethical practices. One should conduct workshops and training sessions on ethical marketing principles. One should use real-world case studies to illustrate ethical dilemmas and solutions. Next step is implement monitoring and accountability measures. One should establish a system for employees to report ethical concerns without fear of retaliation. One should assign a compliance officer or ethics committee to oversee marketing practices. Step 5, regularly review and update the code of conduct. One should periodically update the ethical code to reflect changing laws, regulations and market trends. One should seek feedback from employees, consumers and stakeholders. Now, take a look at assessing ethical risk and dilemmas in marketing activities. Ethical risk and dilemmas in marketing arise when businesses face conflicting choices between profit maximization and ethical responsibilities. These dilemmas can involve misleading advertising, data privacy issues, unfair pricing, environmental impact and social responsibility. Assessing ethical risk in marketing is crucial to ensure compliance with laws, consumer trust and long-term brand reputation. Companies that fail to address ethical concerns may face legal consequences, consumer backlash and damage to brand credibility. Therefore, businesses must implement frameworks to assess and mitigate ethical risks in their marketing strategies. Now, let us take a look at managing ethical dilemmas in marketing. One is balancing profitability versus ethics. Your dilemma could be, should a company prioritize revenue growth or consumer well-being? The possible solution could be to adopt sustainable business models that integrate ethics into profitability. Second is marketing to vulnerable consumers. Your dilemma could be, should marketers promote products to children or low income groups? The possible solution could be to avoid manipulative tactics and ensure responsible advertising. Next could be handling cultural sensitivity and controversies. Your dilemma could be related to should brands take a stand on social issues or remain neutral. Possible solution could be to ensure marketing aligns with core brand values without alienating audiences. Next could be ethical pricing strategies. Your dilemma could be related to should companies increase prices during high demand, for example, essentials goods during COVID-19. Possible solution could be to maintain fair pricing strategies that reflect actual cost. Assessing ethical risk and dilemma in marketing is essential to maintain brand trust, consumer loyalty, and regulatory compliances. Companies must conduct regular ethical audits, follow legal guidelines, and integrate responsible marketing practices into their strategies. By addressing privacy concerns, fair pricing, transparency, and sustainability, businesses can minimize risk and build long-term consumer relationships. One should conduct ethical risk assessment regularly. We should also ensure honesty, transparency, and consumer respect in marketing. We should follow laws. One should promote socially responsible and sustainable marketing practices. One should monitor consumer feedback and adopt strategies ethically. Ethical decision making in marketing involves evaluating choices based on fairness, honesty, consumer well-being, and long-term business sustainability. Marketers must balance profitability with ethical responsibility while ensuring compliances with legal and industry standards. An ethical decision-making process helps companies avoid misleading advertising, exploitative pricing, privacy violations, and manipulative promotions. Thank you very much. Have a very nice day.